So when we show you the pregame speeches, the postgame on the field, practice and playing the music, and this is bringing Dolph's whole clique in, you know, the paper route boy. When we doing all that, man, that's recruiting for us.
Now, this next one, shout out to Earn Your Leisure. We haven't covered them for 2 weeks, maybe.
It's been so long. It's been 2 weeks.
Right. No, we haven't covered Earn Your Leisure for a little bit, but they came out with Prime Time. Deion Sanders. The interview was really good. Really, really good. So shout out to the guys. But there was this part of how do we, as a business, recruit new team members, right? And of course, with Prime Time, he's a coach, and so he's looking for more football players. But of course, we look at it as this is a really good strategy to recruit new team members to our culture. So let's see hear what they talking about.
If you understood and I know you're gonna do your homework and put it on the screen for me, please. Understand what a Power 5 recruiting budget and just an overall budget for football and what our budget is. You're gonna laugh your butt off. So when we do these type of things, it's all recruiting for us. This is how we recruit. So when we show you the pregame speeches, the postgame on the field, practice and playing the music, and this is bringing Dolph's whole clique in, you know, the paper route boy. When we doing all that, man, that's recruiting for us, and it's free.
First off, I think that's genius. I didn't even really think about it like that, to where if you're creating a culture with celebration, if you're recognition, different routines and how things are being placed and shown throughout how you do practice or how do you do meetings. And yeah, people are going to be like, yo, I want to be part of this. You're actually creating a culture and putting it out on social media, and people are going to be attracted to that. Oh, snap. I've never seen a football team do it this way. This is what they do with practice. This is what they do in their huddles. So when you look at it from a recruiting situation for business, like, can you have the same energy, the same type of culture as sports that would make it attractive to work with you? Oh, snap, yeah. You do team outings, and the team outings look like this. This is who speaks at your company. This is who you got, not Joe Schmo. You got so-and-so coming in to train your team? Hold on. This isn't, why doesn't my 9 to 5 do this? Like, I want to work over there. Mm-hmm. What does it take? Oh, hello, we are hiring. Check this out, right? So to see that Deion actually uses social media in that way, I'm like, oh, that's, first off, genius. Yes. Yeah. Genius. Second, how do we break that down to make it easier for other people for those people who are like, yo, I need a team. How do you show the culture that you are building to attract that team?
Yeah. And I think it shows, man, the intentionality behind what they're doing over there. Mm-hmm. You know, when I was watching the interview, one of the things I liked is he talked about, of course, crediting his son, because he said, you know, it's really his son's ideas with his production, in a sense. It's they collaborate to make that thing happen. But it shows its intentionality. So, you know, for business owners out there thinking about it, it's so funny. And it can just show you, like, how relevant this concept is to all types of industries and verticals and different types of business. I was literally speaking with my barber today, but just
Hello,
today,
barber.
my friend, my boy Pablo. I've known Pablo literally since I was 17 years old. So I've known Pablo for a really long time. And he was asking me the same exact question. He said, man, you need to help me with my hiring. I'm having trouble and yada, yada, yada. And I need to get my hands out the business. And I'm sure it's the same exact pain points that so many business owners have today. And I told him, I said, Pablo, turn the camera on. You're here. And if you want to attract people that are going to be superstars, that are going to help you to really carry the weight of your business, you're not going to find those people on Indeed or LinkedIn. You know why? Because they got something going on. So you have to become attractive if you're going to attract top tier talent to your business.
That's good.
Top tier talent doesn't need a job. They don't need an opportunity. Top tier talent is actually saying no to a lot of things right now. So what are you going to bring to the table that's going to say, wait a minute, it's going to catch their eye and say, you know what, you might want to consider working with us over here because of what we have going on. It goes beyond the paycheck. So when I look at what Prime is doing, right, number one, because he's doing that, he's showing he's accepting of the next generation.
Yeah.
Not only am I mindful of what you all are thinking about, what you all are wanting and what you desire, but I know the style in which you communicate. I know the things that matter to you, and I'm going to meet you there and help elevate you and grow you to be men in this case, because we're talking about athletes and football players. So I think this is definitely one of those things that a lot of businesses need to start thinking about. That how can we document different parts of our culture, different parts of our process of what we stand on, so that we can show the next generation that, hey, we're innovative. We're so innovative that we'll take the thing that most people consider to be annoying, or it's just a game, or it's just for this type of person, and show you that we're willing to learn it so that we can welcome you into our space. So yeah, it's not something that's going away. It's not one of those things where you can hold it off and say, oh, I own a business today. This little social media phase or whatever it's going to go away. And once it goes away, I'll just go back to my normal life and be the boss. And people are going to just want to work for me just because I'm the boss. It's like, no, that is not the case. So yeah, for sure. If you're going to be a business that utilizes a strategy like this, you have to think about some of these elements that we just talked about.
Yeah, and he probably understands that his name alone isn't only going to bring in people. I think it does a good amount, right?
It's a hook, yeah.
Right. But what else is there? Right? What else can he do in order to get the top players to be interested in going into his team, right? And him using the strategy of, okay, let me get Wallow and Gilly. Let me get, Dolph. Rest in peace, Dolph. Let's get Jeezy. Let's get some of these people that they listen to, that they look up to, and let's bring them into the locker room. Once again, that's who you bringing? That's the culture that you like. Sharing the culture will attract people, but you have to build a culture. And I think that's another thing that he focuses on. What culture am I creating for my team, for the overall look of this? So people would want to be a part of it, want to support it, want to share everything that's happening about it, want to attend it. Like, culture, even though we're breaking down, utilize social media to show what you do in order to attract, you still have to build the culture first. You can't just show these are the team members and this is what you do. What do you want people to embody? What do you want people, when they look at it, say, I need everything from what they're wearing to how they speak to how they move as a group, everything. I want that, right? And that's kind of just even some of the thought process that I have with some of the stuff like that we got going on. It's like, it's the culture. It's not the person.
Yeah.
It's the culture. And how do we show culture more and not rely on the talent per se? Because the talent can take you far. So as personal brands, we are going to be able to bring in a lot of traffic. But if we don't have culture, which is the community, which is, some of the regimens that we have going on, if we don't show that as well, then we are relying too much on the talent, aka you. And if something was to go wrong, it's a wrap. If something was to go wrong with prime time at this moment, the culture itself can carry a good amount of it. And that is still going to be documented in order to bring more recruits. So that's something to think about as like, you know what? Some things we rely on talent and the influencer a little bit too much. And you have to grow your influence every single day. But while you do that, if you are the business owner, if you are something that requires a team, what culture are you creating?
100%. 100%. And it's free.
And it's free.
That part too. Yeah, that part.
And it's free. You know what I mean?